Welcome back to Sportz On Tap. I'm your host, James Laney, with my co-host, Kyle Johnson.
What's poppin'?
And my co-host, Ryan Fahey.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Before we get started, just a reminder, we do have a merch store, so if you like what we're doing, please go down to the link in the description, buy some of our merch. It helps us grow, and it's great. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and follow. Kyle, it's your time to shine.
Kyle.
You called it from the signing of Chris Paul.
Ooh, baby!
The Suns are in the Western Conference Finals. I gotta...
What did I say? What did I say?
Have your moment. Talk about it. What do you want to...
gentlemen, Chris Paul is the most unlucky player I think I have ever had the luxury of watching. Probably in sports.
That's fair.
I mean, at least, bare minimum, at least in the NBA. This man gets hurt or has something happen to his team every single time he makes it to the playoffs, and all this dude does is go to franchises and win. The fact that Thunder team made it to the playoffs, disgusting.
That was all him too.
That team,
Yep,
Lucas,
they had like a 0.2% chance to go.
What
to
the hell?
playoffs.
Literally, and still
They made it.
Goes to the Suns, immediately elevates that backcourt with Devin Booker, gets them the playmaking, facilitating guard that they need, so Devin Booker can shine, so DeAndre Ayton can shine because he looks like the #1 draft pick. That dude is a winner. That's all he does. He just wins, and to see him get to the Western Conference Final, I actually think they make the finals. I really do. I think they are the.
I feel like you have to ride that wave at this point.
Absolutely.
I've honestly thought I said they would be final contenders. So
when you're in the conference finals, that's a contender right there.
well, I really think that team is so complete too. They've all a big thing that is overlooked with the Suns. That was good. A big thing that was overlooked by the Suns is they have so much chemistry and they've all played together all year long. There's been very few injuries outside of Chris Paul briefly. Mikal Bridges has looked very strong, phenomenal 3-and-D player. Dude can shoot lights out, just a good wing, a very underrated on the wing. Who else do they have at the 4? They're I know they have Sarge. I know they have what's his face?
Oh, Jay Crowder.
There it is. Jay Crowder actually.
He's liked him,
but their bench they're built a lot like the
Jay
Utah
Crowder.
Jazz.
Jay Crowder might be the best glue piece I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know where
I've always liked him. He's never been the man.
No.
He's
And he knows he's not the man, but he is a solid basketball player, and that's a guy.
He's a 3-and-D wing. He's
That's a guy you
3-and-D.
need on your team. A guy just like that who can score, play D, intense.
But he's also self-aware that he's a role player.
Exactly.
They're so deep. They're just like the Utah Jazz, and I think that goes a long way in countering super teams just like the Nets.
Kyle, don't sell yourself short. You've been on the Jazz wave way before anyone else too.
Yeah, Kyle's kind of killing it this year.
Dude, folks, you can't see it. His pants are off right now. This is how great he feels.
Baby.
He is just.
I'm not going to prove that.
He is letting them swing.
Nice.
Please don't let it touch my foot, Kyle. That's very weird. I can't. It's on my toes.
Is it still called
your legs
footsies?
are 7 feet long.
No.
But
Oh God, no. But Kyle,
Kyle's been on a roll.
I have been watching quite a bit of basketball.
You've been on a roll with this. Now, the question, maybe we're a little early on this, but if Chris Paul wins Finals MVP, I know they're not there yet, but if he wins Finals MVP, is he considered the greatest point guard of all time?
Oh, it's at least a conversation now. At least, because this has been the main piece as to why this conversation has not been involving Chris Paul.
I think it's a
Exactly.
damn shame that it doesn't involve Chris Paul.
I get it, but this is
Even if
he
he just...
hasn't even made the finals yet, right?
No.
This is exactly why. This is exactly why his name's not in there. Because people go off of hardware.
Hold on.
I mean, you're gonna
Which
have to.
I'm a big hardware guy. It's a balance of everything. For me, Magic's got 5, and I know he had Kareem, and you said this before the show. Oh, if you gave Chris Paul Kareem, he would have 5 too.
Bet your ass.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but he's only gonna have 1 ring. I mean, if he wins this year, gets Finals MVP, he's easily. It comes down to Magic Johnson, Steph Curry, and Chris Paul. The big thing for me is Magic Johnson and Steph Curry just had such impacts on the game that Chris Paul has not because he was not winning.
You see, I would.
I would almost disagree with that, dude. Because he, as far as winning, it's
Sorry,
a team.
winning championships.
Don't forget too. This is a team sport. The teams he has played for, it has been the fact that, and I said this before the show too. The fact that Chris Paul never won a championship with prime Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan is a damn shame. Doc Rivers is the
100%.
coach,
100%.
and that was all injuries. Blake Griffin got hurt, DeAndre got hurt, Chris got hurt, and it's every time and think of how long we were on that Clippers wave. I don't know if you fully followed basketball back then, but for like a 5 to 6 year stretch, every single person was like, "This is the Clippers."
Yeah,
year.
the older Paul Pierce was on that team too, right?
Yeah, that was like late.
that
was
was
late.
at the end.
Yeah, but it was for
You're
like
not saying it was.
for like a 5 to 6 year stretch. Almost everybody was like, "This is the year the Clippers do it." Like they were
that good.
They were that good, that deep, and it's Chris Paul as a playmaking point guard, as a guy to facilitate your offense. He's one of the best all time. He's
absolutely one of the best. There's no way. I don't think there's any way anyone's gonna put him above Magic. I really don't think so.
He can
because
guard.
when you're talking 5 championships to 1, that's a lot. If it was 1 or 2 difference, I could consider that. But and honestly,
I'll tell you.
Yeah, but it's the Lakers though. The Lakers win and get everybody.
Hey, I'll tell you this though. If he wins the thing and he's Finals MVP, I'll put him above Steph. I'll do that. Because Steph changed the game.
but 2 of his teams were super teams.
Right, but it's just like I wouldn't see Steph being able to turn around franchises like Chris Paul had he's proven to.
I don't think Steph. It's tough.
Let's not forget, as far as accolades go,
And I love me some
Chris
Steph.
Paul's still ahead of
one of the best shooters,
Steph,
the best shooter we've ever seen.
Steph.
I would put.
They're
Chris
2
Paul
different
above him.
players too. Don't forget, like Steph Curry will never lead the league in steals. Chris Paul did that 6 times. Steph Curry, I don't think has ever led the league in assists, even though he's a great passer. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Chris Paul has done that 4 times.
Chris Paul's a better passer than Steph.
Chris Paul's a
That's
better
not
passer. He's a better defender. He can guard any 1 and 2 in the league. That's underrated.
For a second, I thought you were going to say 1 through 5. I'm like,
He's
whoa.
what, 30?
Okay.
He's still. Don't forget, he's still 6 feet. Like, you know what I mean? He does have limitations.
No,
However,
I know.
As a point guard, this dude is top tier. He has an Olympic gold medal that nobody talks about.
That's true. Yep.
I would give you putting him over Steph because, like I said, if it's 1 or 2 championship difference, and especially since 2 of those championships had Kevin Durant for Steph Curry, but Magic 5, that's a lot. And
I think you're giving the championships as far as like what I think we're more evaluating in this instance is skill, like overall, like how good is this player?
I think Magic's a better passer
Yeah.
than
The
Chris
other
Paul.
thing. Here's the thing. Magic was considered one of the best players like in the NBA.
Let's also remember Magic
Chris Paul is a hell of a basketball player. You would never say he was one of the best players in the league.
But here's
you
the
shitting
thing.
me?
No. I mean,
He still is.
I mean, like the one of 3.
He's never
guys.
won an MVP kind of thing. And
Are you fucking me?
One.
No, I'm not.
Kyle,
I'm not agreeing with
Kyle.
that point exactly. But
It's. I mean, like
1 or
we're
2.
talking like LeBron, like those guys.
Yes,
Kyle,
he has.
He's
No.
talking 1 or 2, like top 2
like
guys.
top 2. Magic has. That's the only thing.
Chris Paul's like a top 5 guy, and that's
Magic's
congratulations.
Magic's been number 1 before. That's what I'm saying.
My thing with Magic is, okay, so maybe he's the same level. Let's say Magic and Chris Paul are the same level passer. Magic was also 6'9", so defensively he was up there.
That's
So he could defend better.
Oh, Magic.
Let's not forget Magic Johnson's rookie year in the final game of the NBA Finals. He played center. Chris Paul can't do that.
No.
And I know that was 1 game, but you have to realize that expands his skill set. And that was when the big men were more relevant in the paint, and he played in the NBA Finals his rookie year, winning Finals MVP.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking Magic.
Once
by any
again, not
means.
knocking Chris Paul. It's nickel and diamond here.
But it is
Right,
also
right.
it is also too, as far as like championships go. I mean, even if you put Magic here and Chris Paul here, as far as championships go, the Lakers, they win. They buy everybody. They win. That's LA. It's the hot market. It's what happens. Anybody who's played 2K knows exactly what I'm talking about when they say that if you use the Lakers all-time great team,
Yeah, the 15th guy is still like a 97.
you soft as shit. If you're using the Lakers all-time best team, that is
Oh,
1
that's
through
insane.
15, like arguably top 30 players all time. Like it is disgusting.
I know what you're saying where it's like LA has the market, so it's
They have the
it's
market,
always
they
been
get-
easier for them. Why do
they
you think they've gotten LeBron? Why do you think they've gotten well, they drafted Magic.
They get great teams around them. So
Kobe.
as far as championships,
drafted.
They traded for him.
Traded.
as far as Chris Paul not having a championship, I don't think it's as fair or should hold as much weight against him being a top point guard all time, because I think accolades
Oh, he's still
alone,
up there. I'm not trying to say
there.
he's not up there for all-time point guards.
He's like 1 through 3. As I think, I don't think there is. I think Magic. You can
I'm
throw
really
in
trying
that
to
conversation.
think. I would put him
Who
above
else would you
Isaiah.
throw
I
in
would
there?
put him above Isaiah Thomas because Isaiah
Absolutely.
Thomas is up there. I'd put him above John Stockton, even though John Stockton has more assists and he's the all-time steal leader, but it's a different time.
It is a totally different time.
And John Stockton doesn't have a chip,
No.
so
Like,
I just
who
can't.
Would you really?
It's 5 rings though. That's a lot. That's
If
it wasn't a 4-ring
wins-
difference.
If he wins and he's Finals MVP, 2. I'll give him 2 guarantee. I would, and honestly, I'm not telling either one of you to go back and find it, but I have said he's one of the biggest losers of all time, just because he has lost. Granted, unlucky, yes, but he's only lost.
It's
That's what I'm
He's only
saying.
lost.
It's interesting because like
That's what I'm saying. But if he wins, I will throw all that out the window.
it's interesting because
he
like
Swear to
needs it. He really does.
He
it's
he
interesting
really
because
does.
like I see what you're saying. Like he's one of the biggest losers because he's never won. But when he does go to franchises, he makes them winners.
He is-
but it's just like they can't finish,
As
which
far
is
as
very weird. It's like a combination of
Yeah.
both.
It's a
Can't get
lot
the
of
flag
luck
at
with
the
him,
pole.
and I don't say luck is in sports a lot because I think it's a lot to do with statistics and how you play and how you perform. But like, this dude gets so unlucky every single year,
Absolutely.
and it's just I don't know.
Now we'll have to revisit this conversation. Say he wins all this, he gets Finals MVP. If Steph Curry starts winning championships again, we got to revisit this conversation.
Yeah. Well, Steph will never be the defender Chris Paul is. That's the counter
That's
argument.
that's 100%.
That's
He will never
agreed.
be that.
And Paul will never be the shooter he is, because
That's the thing.
Steph's the greatest shooter.
Steph,
we've
Well,
ever
Steph,
seen.
that's not even.
Like-
It's conversation for greatest shooter starts at 2. We
Yeah.
already know
Yeah,
that.
we know.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
also,
is what
side
it
note,
is.
since we're talking about Magic Johnson, does he have like 1,000 teeth? Have you ever seen him smile?
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute.
What?
Look how many teeth he has.
Let me see that again.
Look how many teeth. Why does he have
Why are-
1,000 teeth? First of
Now,
all, they're
why
like,
are they all the same?
Wait a minute.
I don't know,
Wait a minute.
He doesn't have a canine tooth. They're all flat.
bro.
Is he wearing dentures?
Might be. Oh, did the AIDS
I mean,
get him?
I was like, if he can afford to
Is
live
it-
with
is it-
AIDS,
is
I
it a
think he
teeth
can
thing?
afford to get perfect teeth.
I'm just saying. Every time
I
I've
think
seen
he
the man,
filed them down.
every time I've seen the man smile, I'm like, what is going on? I'm like,
Oh.
like if he
This isn't an out of the ordinary thing, I guess.
What, this conversation?
Right?
No, I googled it. I just googled Magic Johnson's teeth, and one of the big things that came up is all caps. Magic Johnson has like 162 teeth in his mouth.
Maybe his baby teeth just like made room for his like adult teeth, and
Bro,
they're all
like,
just there.
like he has so many teeth. Like if he took a bite out of a sandwich, he just needs one chew and then it's good.
it just like grinds it up.
Like he has so many teeth. It's the first thing I think of every time I see him.
I'm never gonna look at him the same now.
Welcome to my world. Because like you should be like, oh, that's one of the greatest point guards of all time. My
Magic
first thought
Skylark. You
my-
mean Chip? I mean Magic. Damn it!
Butchered.
my first thought when I see him is, holy teeth. It should be. It should be. That's. Oh my God. That's Magic Johnson. No. Mine's what's going on in your mouth.
Honestly, mine's always been just. Mine's always
Like the stars of space.
just like this man can afford to live with AIDS.
In beauty to my face. Oh, Very Odd Parents. Good.
Dude, there's gonna be like a whole genre of kids that are gonna be like, "What the fuck just happened?"
What is going on? Oh my God! Kids don't know
Culture
about it.
yourselves, children. It's a great show.
Yo, throw that. Well,
Chip
first
Skylark.
off,
Do
get
you know
that
what?
on.
You know Chip Skylark was one of the guys from NSYNC.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found that out like last year. I was like,
just,
wow.
I just upped my
That's
childhood a little
dope.
bit. Yeah, that is actually kind of dope.
Like,
All right, yeah.
Yeah. What
That's
else
a
we
good-
got?
That's a good segment.
So the Nets are without James Harden and Kyrie Irving.
Oh no.
If Kevin,
Woo! I mean,
now this is the thing.
oh.
This is the thing. I know none of us like the Nets and none of us like Kevin Durant. But if Kevin Durant wins this series by himself, let me finish the sentence, Kyle.
Finish it.
Does he gain any respect? Any. And I'm not saying it clears all of his past of joining super teams, making super teams. Does he gain any respect if he beats the Bucks by himself?
It is not going to happen.
I think it's no. I think he gains a little. And I'm not saying like I'm
Oh,
gonna
if he
be
does it, that'll be incredible because this.
I will
Nets
gain a
team-
little respect because it's just like, okay, if he can beat the Bucks without his two partners in crime, okay, you know, a little tip of the hat being like, you know, the Bucks are a good team. If you beat them
You know, hold
by
on.
himself. Now, if James Harden or Kyrie Irving comes back, okay, congratulations, that's what was supposed to happen. But it's not a lot.
Oh no, I think I think he's already tarnished everything.
Oh, no, when I say gain respect,
No. Like I think at this point, people would look at it and be like, neat. I really don't think people will care.
So
I really don't.
to answer that specific question, if Kevin Durant can come back and beat the Bucks, I think because and I emphasize just Kevin Durant, if just himself does it, that'll be incredible. Because I think it is physically impossible for that to happen, and here's why. Look at the teams that are left in the playoffs right now. The teams that are like excelling. The Jazz, the Suns. Who else we got? The Clippers are struggling, but they're in the same boat as...
they're wishy-washy.
They're
either playing lights out or they suck.
They're in the same boat as... the Nets are in right now, where it's all stars and not a lot of role players. Although they have more than the Nets. Where else? It's
76ers Hawks.
76ers. Well, that's the thing. All these teams have a lot of depth. You can't Bucks as well. They're a team that, especially their defense, can slow down. That's how you beat these star-studded lineups.
That's how they beat them the first time.
That's why the Jazz were the best team in the West, and the Suns were number 2. It's because they are a deep team with 1 to 2 stars that are very, very good, but they're deep. They're not all in on 2 to 3 guys.
So I'm going to agree with your point of, do I think it's likely Kevin Durant does this? No.
There's almost no chance.
I do not think it happens, but if he does, you will look back a little and be like, wow, that was pretty impressive that he did that. Like I said, say they lose this next game, and then Kyrie Irving comes back and they win it all, or win this series. Yeah, okay, nobody cares. That's like, once again, you're supposed to do that. That is why you sign those guys. But if Kevin Durant does it himself, I got to give him a tip of the cap, being like, hey, you want to be considered one of the greatest, like most talented guys. These are the moments where you need to step up and play great.
I just think even if Kevin Durant had a perfect field goal efficiency and puts up 60, I don't think this team can win. Because that supporting cast is so bad outside of those big 3.
I know what you're saying. Blake Griffin. The big 2 I go with is Blake Griffin. He's not what he used to be, but it's like a little help there. And I'm not trying to say Blake Griffin is what he used to be.
No,
and then Orden.
Hello.
DeAndre Jordan down the paint, maybe slows down Giannis a little. When I say slows down, I mean don't let him put up 50. Like that.
No, Giannis is still going to put up 50.
This is what I'm saying. But
Nicholas Claxton can't play defense on him either.
Yeah, no. If your number 2 is now like Blake Griffin, oh boy.
Or Joe Harris.
Oh,
don't get me wrong.
No, Blake Griffin's number 3, but Joe Harris can't be your number 2.
No, well, Joe Harris is one of those guys. He's getting paid to be a Kyle Korver. He can't play defense. It's just spread the floor,
exactly.
stay over there.
Exactly.
And when you have
if that guy's your number 2, woof.
That's the thing. If you have James Harden and Kyrie Irving back,
Bruce
that's fine.
Brown,
because he's not going to get defended.
Yeah, that was a 4. Yeah,
but
much
that's.
better.
I think Kevin Durant would deserve a tip of the cap. I'm not saying, everything's forgiven for joining
especially
the Warriors.
This Bucks team with the best defense in the league. There's no way.
Yeah,
I think it's unlikely, but I think the man would deserve a tip of the cap. That's literally it. Now, what?
A tip of the cap.
Which, honestly, to be fair, we said the only thing that was going to derail this Nets team was either injuries or the Nets themselves.
Self-implosion.
Yep. Here we are. Because I think if Kyrie and Harden are on the floor, this isn't even a conversation.
Oh, no. I think if one of them, the other 2 are on the floor, it's not even a conversation.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been competitive. It would have gone 7.
It would have been more. It would have been
Kyrie
more
or
competitive.
Harden was playing.
But yeah. Now here's a side note. What if Kevin Durant went back to OKC and won a chip? Would his name be cleared?
Not clear, but it would be like nice.
If he pulled a LeBron, going back to his hometown,
I would be like, no, nice.
That's where he gets a real tip of the hat.
Hey, he goes back there. What does he do when he gets back there?
It doesn't matter. They have 17,000 fucking draft picks.
Oh my God, Kevin's gonna go back when he's 40.
No, he's gonna go back, and then he's gonna be like, trade these picks and go get me some help. And he's gonna create another super team down OKC.
He's just gonna bring Harden and Kyrie with him.
The Thunder,
yeah.
The crazy thing about all their draft capital, they have so much. They could trade for a superstar and still have like 6 first-round picks.
Yeah,
like it is disgusting.
Yeah,
the future's bright down there.
Yeah, so that Kevin might go back.
I doubt it. There's no way.
If there's a super team there,
there's no way.
What's he smelling?
I just don't think so. Just because he left such a
the Rock is cooking.
he left such a bitter taste in that franchise's mouth when he left. Like, he did them so dirty.
Oh, yeah,
so dirty.
Yeah, I don't think people would.
I mean, you say that. I mean, you say that. But
I mean, it's just it would be kind of.
But then Cleveland hated LeBron, and then when they were like,
the Messiah.
You were like, oh, you want to come back?
I'm coming home.
Our baby boy. They were so happy. Like
My boy.
the whole state of Ohio just opened up for him. They were like, oh. They put,
Has it already been 4 years?
he didn't even like sign with the team yet. They put that billboard of him back up. Like they were like, there's a chance.
Guys, I know we said we
Put
threw
it
this
up!
away. We didn't throw this away. We still had it.
We had it in the back.
We put it in the broom closet.
Oh my
It was
god.
under, it was
But
under
yeah,
the
so you know
court.
what?
No.
And I say that, but yeah, no, they would absolutely welcome him back. I had to say that out loud
I
first.
just want to throw
Homie.
that out there. I think that'd be kind of cool because it was cool to watch LeBron do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like LeBron more than Kevin Durant, so
Yeah.
but
Dog.
Fair enough. What
I'm just looking at all these draft picks for the Thunder.
yeah, the Thunder.
Just in this year's draft, they have 3 first-round picks. They have their own: Golden State's, Miami's, and/or the Houston Rockets.
Dude, they
their
got-
own second, the Denver's second. That's just in 21. 22, they have
Oh.
the Clippers, the Suns, their own.
Yeah, Doug, they're gonna be looking like at the 6th graders right now because they're so deep.
Oh, I'm
with
not
how many
done.
Picks. No, I know.
2023, they have 4 first-round picks,
That's awesome.
3 second-round picks.
Yeah.
That's insane.
In 5 years, the Thunder are gonna be championship.
2024, they have 3 first-round
You
picks,
watch.
3 second.
You watch, but you know who's not contending anymore?
2025.
please tell me, James.
The Bruins. Ryan,
Yep.
take it away.
All right.
Take it away.
Take
Penny.
it away.
Well, I knew this was coming. I knew it. I did. Okay.
That's what we do.
I
That's what
knew.
we do. That's what we do.
Here's the thing.
What'd I say?
You can't. I feel like putting everything on Tuukka Rask is a lot, but I'm gonna do it. Okay. Here's why. Every single year, the man in a big game, in a big spot that we need him to play in the playoffs, I want to make this be very clear. The best regular season goalie in Bruins history. That's just the fact. Great. What has it gotten us? Zilch. Nothing. Big game in the playoffs when we need him to show up. Tuukka Poop Pants makes
back.
another appearance. Okay? Now, this is why I was kind of meh putting everything on him for this loss. The man crumbles under pressure, but it came out afterwards that he had a torn labrum in his hip. The man, combine the fact that this man is literally on one leg, literally, as a goalie, where you need 2, combined with the fact he shits himself anyway in big games. Bruce Cassidy,
I was just about
Don
to say.
Sweeney, in what world was that going to work?
I was just about to
Wait,
say.
yeah. So they would have. Why didn't they start? I don't know. the
I
backups
did
name.
not hear that he had, because that changes my.
Why didn't
opinion.
they? Why didn't they play the backup then? If
That's
they
a
knew he
great
was injured?
question because the backup is supposed to be the future of this team.
I didn't.
I would let Tuchel walk.
Oh,
I would
he's
too.
he's 30 plus. He's gone. He's not coming back.
Well, the only
let's be
thing
honest.
he's either he's got,
what-
like he doesn't want to play for anyone else, but he also is like I don't know.
Yeah. What are you gonna sign a $1 million deal? Because I would.
if he wants to be a backup
Let's just
goalie,
say you want to be a backup now.
he'd be a phenomenal backup.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But like,
Somebody's gonna pay.
But no, I did not
Granted-
realize he had a torn labrum.
yeah, literally, and the guy who's a butterfly
did he-
goalie, where he's literally the butterfly goalie is they cover the bottom part of the net when they go down.
When did he tear it?
Oh God, who knows at this point? But I just know that he had a torn labrum in his hip, and he shits himself in big games anyway. Okay, that combination, you are asking for trouble. And there's a report that came out that Cassidy was like, I mean, he played so well against Washington, you just didn't want to overthink it. Overthink it. Your goalie has one leg. What is there to think?
Then I blame the
Yeah,
loss on
this
Bruce
is-
Cassidy.
Yeah, this is this
a
came
bad
out like a
coaching
day
call.
ago. He may miss the start of next season.
No, he is. He's coming back in January.
It's one of those. Yeah, this is a
Yeah,
injury.
I put that on Bruce
I'm-
Cassidy. Though.
I'm livid. Like that. You're the one position. Now, all the other guys, they play through injury. That happens. And people get on Rask for not playing through injury. But the one position you need 100% healthy in the playoffs is your goalie.
in an
And your
elimination
goalie-
game.
In an elimination game. Your goalie is on one leg.
After-
Literally one leg.
after.
I wouldn't have blamed him. Be like, yeah, hey, our goalie doesn't have 2 legs working. He has
No,
one.
and that
I would have
well-
been like, you know what, fine. Because if here's the thing, I would have been fine with him with Rask not playing only because it's not like we're going to Halak. We're going to a guy that we have like invested future in. Like,
Yeah.
this guy, like this next kid, Swayman, is supposed to be the guy.
he's good. He's
It's not like
he's
we're- it's
exactly
not like-
what Rask did to
It's not
Thomas.
like Tuukka tapped out and then we went to Halak. Halak's a good goalie, but he's not your starter.
He's
Swayman has a future here. I would have been fine with it because it's like get the kid some.
Not
if
to
he,
mention-
even if he loses, get him some experience.
Not to mention the dude gave up 6 goals, and it's like, Are we really about to have that guy for Game 6? It's like he didn't look good in
I
Game
don't.
5.
Then I
He
don't
did
blame
not look
Tuca
good.
at all, dude. If you're playing with one leg and the coach is telling you to go play,
Oh, I know.
As much as I was about to shit on Tuca,
I would take
mean,
off the Tuca Poop Pants nickname for that game then. Even though if he did play like that,
it's a combination of the
I mean,
two.
he's still. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
He
but
still
one
played. He
leg?
still sucked.
No,
he still
I
played. He still
this
sucked.
is my point though.
one
He
leg.
He always
right,
does
one
it.
leg, but he always shits himself in big games.
No, I agree.
It-
This game I wouldn't
The combination
totally.
of two, it was you were meant to lose.
I
No,
take.
I would say
so
this.
it's-
This game I would put it more towards the leg than him being Tuca Poop Pants because I agree.
It's the combo.
He
It's the combo.
it probably was, but
Yeah.
Ryan. But yeah,
Where
no,
did
I
that
just
come from?
I would move from Tuca. It's time. Unless
I
he
would
wants to
too.
play. Unless he wants to be a
Absolutely.
cheap backup.
I wouldn't even do that, to be honest. 'Cause I
Really?
think he's just.
To re-sign on a 2-year deal, 2-year backup. I get, and I get,
bro.
Bruce
Because
Cassidy.
we have.
Somebody's gonna pay him good money though, because he is
nobody.
a good
I
goalie
would
regular
prioritize-
season.
I would prioritize-
He's not going to start. He's not going to start the season.
I would prioritize re-signing Taylor Hall, re-signing David Krejci.
Krejci's a must.
Absolutely, I think so too. Because
So
like
Taylor
literally,
Hall too.
David Krejci doesn't want to play for anyone else. Taylor Hall loves the fit here. He even said like he's not looking to maximize his money. He's looking for the fit now, and he literally even said like he's gonna stay around Boston for a little bit because he's in no rush to leave. He
love
likes it here. Like, re-sign those two. Those two are the top of my list, 100%.
Yeah.
I've just had enough of Tuukka Rask.
He's
Here,
34.
now here's a
It's-
question with this report coming out: is Bruce Cassidy on the hot seat this season?
I don't think so.
No?
Because I think
They
it's more.
still
I think
win, dude. And
I
it's
think
like,
I think it's more Don Sweeney, only because the man, out of all of his draft picks, the only draft pick that has saved him is the Charlie McAvoy pick. Charlie McAvoy is an absolute stud.
Yeah.
But you got to go back to I think it was 2014 where we had like 3 first-round picks in a row. We drafted DeBrusque, Lauzon, and I think Shenishin. And then the pick immediately after those 3 was Barzal. And he was the player that ruined us on the Islanders in the playoffs. And it's like those kind of decisions that really hurt you.
Yeah.
Like that alone, that killed us. And it's just his picks aren't working out. Now, I guess defensemen take a little bit longer to develop. So Lauzon's got a little bit to go. Sinishin's a little bit to go. But this is the year they need to show up.
Yeah.
This is the one. It's been like 7 years. This is the one. This is the year. They need to be able to play. Has to. Or you're like, I'm guessing he's probably got this year. Or like this next upcoming season.
We need something to change.
We also need.
I don't know
we
what.
need-
I don't know why we can't do it in the playoffs.
It's also our defense too. We need more size.
You know what? I
We're
feel
too small.
like just once again they're not consistent when it comes to the playoffs.
It blows my mind. We
Because
are
they literally-
by far the best team of the last decade.
Winning
we have
wise.
more wins than anybody else. It's not
and
even
there's only
close.
one cup to show for it.
One title.
1 cup, 3 appearances. Yeah.
And it's not
They-
even
they
when I
just-
say it's not even close to how much like we. Hold
I
on.
know.
They just don't. It's so frustrating because like when they play to their highest potential, they're playing lights out.
Yeah.
But they just can't play consistently. And I said that before the Islanders series. I was like, I just can't see it. They play amazing. I was impressed with them their first 2 games, or first 2 games, and then or first game either way. But they just don't follow through, play consistent. And that's what I've seen from this team. Because when they play lights out, they play lights out. But when shit hits the fan, they're done. They look so sloppy, like they've never played before.
Drives me nuts.
It's like their chemistry one night is perfect. It's just they know what everybody's doing. Like they don't even have to say anything, and they know what's going on. And then the next night, it's just like, yeah, we've never played together.
It's
You know what, though?
something needs to change. I don't know what that is, but I think it starts first. Don't change the second line. Re-sign Hall and Krejci. Do that first, and then work your way from there. Those 2 are musts in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just I'd move on from Tuukka. It's just it's time. It's time. It's been
He's
so
34.
Tuukka
He's not
time.
going to start. Swayman, like you said, we have we've invested in Swayman.
Yeah.
Use the guy. Let's
Yeah.
go. It's time.
Like
If Tuukka wants to come back as a backup, he'd be a phenomenal backup. I would
Oh,
love to
I
have
don't even
him.
think he'll do that.
I would love to have him.
The
as a
only
backup.
reason
he's
I'm-
34, dude.
the only
coming
reason-
off hip surgery. We'll see how he feels.
The only reason I'm a little skeptical about that is knowing Tuukka, what he's been in this for this team. now is it going to mess with the coaches where it's like, oh, when should we start Tuca? If we should start Tuca, you know what I mean?
No, they'll figure out. No,
if you get a system,
they'll put on the same like backup rotation.
If you get a system,
And that's what it should be.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Until Swayman, like if that is the case, until Swayman has like an awful stretch of games, it won't. It'll be like you make it clear in the beginning. It's like you are going to be the backup. That's why we are signing you here.
Yep.
If you don't want to do it, goodbye.
Yeah, it's just something needs to change. It needs to happen soon. Resign those two, let Tuca walk, and then figure it out. Get some size on D because Islanders exposed that our small defenseman. It was awful, especially when Carlo went down too. It was bad. As soon as Carlo went down, his series went away.
That was just such a tough series.
Really
After that game 5, I was like, "There's no way we regain momentum." I was
Yeah,
like, "This
there's
is
no
the turning
This
point.
is
It
it.
happens every year. Here
Yep.
it is."
All right, man. That's all I had for it. That's all I had.
He's like,
Got it off my
you know
chest.
what? All right, that pissed me off.
You
so
know what
much.
time it is? What's on tap?
Yeah, baby.
Kyle, you can go first.
Kids, take
Oh.
note. Adults, people, whoever, aliens, whoever's watching. Don't leave a baseball game early.
It wasn't my decision.
Don't leave a baseball game early.
It wasn't my decision.
Dog.
The group left. I was in Boston.
I don't give a Uber. I don't give a fuck. You don't leave especially if it's close. If you're at the only
Yes.
exceptions I will give you is if it is going into the 9th.
This is exactly why.
This is what happens.
This is what happens when you leave the game early.
Oh my god.
This is what happens.
This is what happens.
Scumbag.
Okay,
Yeah.
go right ahead.
You
Just
you
go on.
monster.
So this
You monster.
the Red Sox walked it off the other day. Not the 18-4 loss. That was we're gonna forget about that. But we're not gonna pretend it didn't happen.
James looks like he's about to go. So what's the deal with airline food?
This is open mic night.
So I was taking my kids out the other day. He threw up on me. What's going on with that?
74 episodes deep. The first time this has happened, I'm pretty impressed.
Honestly, actually,
Good for us. That's my What's on Tap. Good for us for this
We
being
had
our
this-
first
yeah.
mic drop.
this
Oh my
literally
god.
hasn't. Whoa.
Actually, James, what inning did you leave in?
So I'm not totally proud of this.
If you tell me
If
anything,
you
if you
say-
say
no,
anything
he's
lower
gonna-
than the
He's
7th,
gonna say the 9th.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. No, I
I
will.
might have had a few tall boys.
Erica.
well, in the Instagram pic,
What time did you leave?
in the Instagram pic, you're holding 2. So
And those were not the first two. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be honest, boys. I didn't even really know the score.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so Kyle, keep
that's
going.
not even that's not even right, dude. This dude's literally at the walk-off game the other day against Toronto. Who hit it? I forget his name.
Verdugo.
Yeah, Verdugo.
Doogie.
He's literally at the walk-off, like down 3 runs, and he just leaves. And it's like, what?
Okay. Can
Dude.
I just say it wasn't my decision? I was with a group of people, and
Uber.
I was not the most sober there, to put it plainly.
I would have fought everybody I was with.
Coordination was not at the highest.
Doesn't matter. Hand-to-hand combat is. The
I was
only option.
on seats. It just would not have ended well. Either way,
It's the only action.
when everybody you know in Boston is leaving, I just followed the herd. I just wanted to play it safe.
I just can't.
I
get over
know. I
this.
know.
This is. It just
If this
looks-
audio, I have no idea if this audio is bad. Sorry, folks. This is new.
This
go
is
go ahead.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
What do you think? You're better than me?
What-
Like,
open mic night.
thank you all for coming out.
Hey, was it the Jimmy Fallon show? Hey, thanks for coming out tonight.
We got a great show for you.
Tune in next week.
James, what you got?
Oh, I'm just proud of us that this is the first time this has ever happened.
I got
I'm,
that.
What are you- what's on tap?
I'm gonna be honest
Did you have nothing?
I got
Are
diabetes.
you Kyle this week?
I
get
honestly not the most
You
put
piece
together.
of shit.
Are you? Wait, for real? You have nothing?
I never wanna hear it
I'm
again.
honestly
That's
was.
so weird. Okay, I
Yeah.
really was not expecting.
I don't
that.
Oh,
wanna hear
you
it again.
just really threw me.
All right.
Go.
All right, so listen, the word hero in today's world, it gets thrown around a lot. Like, and even if someone's not being a hero, we'll call him a hero, and we'll be like, "Oh, what a hero!" And he wasn't. But I don't know if you guys saw the Denmark's national team.
Oh yes. I'm glad you brought this up. I
it
was
is
meaning
the-
to talk to you boys about this.
One of their players, Eriksson, had cardiac arrest on the
Like
field.
middle of the field, like literally just
literally
all of a
collapsed.
sudden nobody was touching him, no reason. The dude literally just falls face first.
Collapse. Now, when I say hero, Simon Kajir, I absolutely butchered that. Did not
We don't
look up
we
the
don't follow
pronunciation.
soccer.
The captain of Denmark ran
shout
over
out
to
this
him.
guy.
Ran over to reposition his head, made sure he didn't swallow his tongue, started doing CPR. That way, like, for the people who, like,
For
the
the-
actual
yeah.
medical people to go save his life.
Also,
From-
shout out the medics who are expecting this,
Absolutely. From
sore knee.
and from
fucking...
all accounts, this kid was dead.
Oh, no, they actually confirmed he died on the field. They resuscitated him.
Yeah. He was done. Erickson, sorry. Simon, I'll call him Simon because I can pronounce that one. Absolutely saved this kid's life.
Yeah.
This guy is a hero. With, like, the definition. He saved this man's life.
Also,
Wow.
because it got to a point where they were like, this literally might be this dude's final moments. Like, somebody, like I said, technically died in the field. He had his teammates. This is the captain, by the way. This is the captain of the team. Had his teammates form a wall so
That's
he could get a
smart.
little bit of
A
privacy.
circle.
Yeah.
And if you look at the photo, the teammates are facing away.
So they're not even. Yeah.
Simon's the only one staring in.
Wow.
It's like it's such an eerie photo, but it's like to a T. That's what your leader. That's what a leader is.
Yeah. No,
Wow.
and like
That's
and
it,
not,
like-
shout out the medics who are
Absolutely.
expecting,
knee.
at worst a broken ankle or something.
Yeah.
Not to literally have to, like, glad they knew what they were doing. They had to literally, like, shock his heart, do the whole nine, to get this guy back. But they woke him up on the field, so good news. They got him in stable condition. I don't know if they know why, or like what happened yet, but they actually, like, played the game too. Like, they finished.
No.
They finished the game
No.
after 90 minutes. Yeah, they finished and lost.
Oh, I thought they.
That would
I
mess
thought
with
they
me.
suspended the game.
Well, it was a 90-minute delay.
Oh, okay.
They shouldn't have played.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
as soon as that
That's
happens, I
crazy.
think
I
the
did not
game
hear
should
that.
be
That's
over.
Crazy to me.
Yeah, well,
It sucks because business-wise, though, and this is the inhumane part of it. It's like business-wise,
No,
to finish
that-
the game. No, I know what you're saying. Like, I couldn't play after that.
well,
I wouldn't
he was,
want to.
The guy woke up. The guy who I forget his name, but the guy who died in the field. They woke him up and they were talking to him afterwards, and he was like, "Yeah, finish the game, guys. Like, come on."
Ooh, that is probably the only reason I would go to finish the game. If my teammate who literally just died in the field goes, finish this game.
I don't know if he actually was like, "Guys, you should." They got him talking. They got him, and they did play the game. They did lose 1-0.
I probably would not be playing my best.
No.
That would mess with me.
But no,
Wow.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh, that was just a crazy story.
Insane.
Literally saved his teammate's life.
The video is kind of disturbing.
It's like it just
It's just something you don't like. There are things bigger than
Like,
sports.
dude,
That's one
like,
of
he
those.
was
That's a life.
no, like they showed him like running, and then they panned out. You can see him running, and he passed the ball. The ball came back, and then like he was falling, and he kicked the ball back, and it's like on the ground, like just like that. Looked fine, and then you can see he was like kicked it, and then hit the turf. Like it just happened so fast. It was, and then literally the captain like on like that just immediately ran over.
Yeah,
It was
I'm glad the dude's okay.
surreal.
It turned
that's
into
insane.
It didn't. It's
It
not a
turned
tragic
into
story yet.
It turned into a great story.
Yeah. Well,
It would have been even better if they won.
there goes the
Yeah.
Disney movie. But
Exactly.
30-30.
Yeah, but hey, that's just a great story. I just had to bring it
Wow.
up.
Yeah.
no, I'm actually glad.
Yeah. I didn't even hear about that. That is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
That's
nuts.
crazy.
Oh.
James, bring her home.
Well, yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys.
He'll be performing. Well, come on, yeah.
He's alive, James. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Thanks for tuning in tonight, folks. If you want to watch us, we're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple
Is this a car
Podcasts.
auction?
I don't know. I'm
Can I
just
get a
going with
5?
This is new. This is new for me. This whole holding them.
sold.
If you like what we're doing, go click the link down in the description. Buy some of our merch to support us. We'd really appreciate that. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe.